everyone. How are you guys doing? This is going to be my last will and testament. This is something that God laid on my heart to do. This weekend, I was reflecting, and I think God spoke to me when I was in the shower. I told my mom, I said, I don't know why God always talks to me when I'm in the shower, but that's where, I'm listening, I guess. But God told me to kind of share my journey, and I'm going to be doing this recording on Monday morning, but I am going to be posting this for my Testimonial Tuesday video. So, first of all, I just want to say that I'm making this video because I have a court hearing on the 10th, and if you're new here, this is based on my divorce. It's a modification. It was a bunch of lies that my ex-spouse had claimed that I have done when he didn't want to follow the settlement agreement, and used the legal system against me, knowing that I had no money and that I had no attorney. When I had an attorney, the attorney had stated these were false allegations, but I ran out of money before we could even get to a trial. And so my attorney quit, and I've had no representation ever since. This is not legal advice or anything like that, but this is my journey and my last will and testament. Last couple of times I have been put in jail over contempt of the modification order, and I have high blood pressure, and the stress of this court has affected my my physical health, and I'm waiting on weight loss surgery in January to help with the benefits of my health. But I have bad knees, and I applied for disability over this last year, but have been denied. And so I have caseworkers, and I have doctors, and they're saying that I need to get to my surgery in January. But Medicaid, being poor, will not cover it until a 180-day program is finished. So with that said, who knows what's going to happen if I'm going to go back to jail for the third time, and who knows what's going to happen if I have high blood pressure and happen to have a stroke or happen to have a heart attack. And so God was kind of telling me to share your journey, be honest, and tell others about what you feel, and make this video for today. So I went through court, and I went through trial, and they used my faith against me. As a Christian believer, I was saved when I was 5 years old, and I've always believed that I need to do what God has commanded me to do in His Word. And I have my Bible sitting right here. And so I have been married 3 times. I was young when I first got married, and we had a child, and we went to counseling to save our marriage, and the counselor told both of us we need to separate because the issues in our marriage were not going to be fixed until my ex-husband was ready. And I wanted to save my marriage the first time around, but God had different plans for me. There are things that happen in your life that I think is part of God's plan. It's not a mistake that I have the children that I have. It's not a mistake that I married the men that I married. With that said, I've been searching for a Christian man. I've been searching for that man who will love me unconditionally like God loves me, who will love my family and my children. And I probably should have never married the last two that I had. I should have married one man and one man only. That's what I've always wanted. When I was little, if you asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? It was a stay-at-home mom. I had great role models in my life. My mother and my father, they've had their difficulties, but they've been married for many, many years and stuck it out. And, I can say that this weekend I told them that they were my role models. Even though I know they fight and they don't get along sometimes, they have always stuck it out. And, just because you're married to someone doesn't mean that you're going to be the same. That's why God put you two together, was because you were different. And I can tell you in my marriages, I can see how God put us together, I can tell you my second marriage was out of convenience. I was a single mom. I was struggling. And I do know that I married that man because I needed help. I needed help. And I never really loved him. I can say that. But I'm very glad I did, because I have a wonderful child out of that marriage. I got to tell my son that I loved him. He wasn't a mistake. I have owned up to the mistakes I have made. And, when I got divorced this last time and my husband filed for divorce, I rededicated my life to Jesus Christ, because I knew that I didn't want to be in a marriage of sin. I didn't want to be in a marriage no longer where my husband wasn't leading our family, and where I never felt loved and I never felt wanted. And I wanted to be in a marriage where I wasn't going to be cheated on. I wanted to be married to a godly man. And I was thinking of our marriage. We got pregnant with our son on our wedding night. And I was thinking of our vows and, what God says of being a Christian man and a godly man, and what a man should be for his family. And, love never fails, and love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not dishonest, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil. Love protects. It always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. And, I think I was looking for the love in the wrong places. I was looking in my marriage vows for that man to love me, when I should have been looking for God to love me, because he does. And he will never leave you or abandon you. He will never make false allegations against you. God wants relationship with you. He wants that co-parenting. He wants that working with you, especially one-on-one. He wants that oneness. There's something about marriage where you've got the husband and the wife, and two shall become one flesh. You can't separate them once they're together. And that's why God says he hates divorce, and that no man should separate a marriage. And, I was thinking of the effects that this divorce and this modification and the false allegations have had on my children. and the effects it has had on me financially, emotionally. I've been abused. The legal system has continued to abuse me and put me in jail. I do have another court hearing on Thursday where I probably will be going back to jail. The court is asking me to do something I cannot do. It will never happen. And it was all based on a lie. So, with that said, I'm getting ready to go to work, but I want to make a video for you. My last will and testament part of this video is just to say, as a Christian mom, I want to make sure that everyone knows in my life that I love my job right now. I will lose it if I go back to jail. I love my apartment right now. I live 3 streets over from my ex-spouse. I have maintained stability as a single mom to the best of my ability. I am broke. The court has taken away all the child support that I needed and I depended on. They've taken away my taxes for the rest of claiming my child for the rest of his life. And I depended on that. I needed that money. And it's been gone. It's been taken. I have never lied in my divorce case and my court hearing, and I want only to be a mom. That's what I want to be. I want to continue on with my relationship with Jesus Christ as the leader of my family, since I have been abandoned and abused by my ex-spouse, and I want to have my case dismissed. That's what I want. I want the false allegations to stop. I want the harassment to stop. I want to be able to come on here, make YouTube videos about the wonderful blessings that God has given to me and my boys, bringing our family back together, answering our prayers. And on Monday's video, you will have noticed that I am making prayer requests, and we as a family are going to thank God every time a answered prayer is answered. I want to teach my kids about God and my relationship with God by setting an example. I want to be the example that I need to be, the mother that I need to be. I am a hard worker. I'm a daycare worker. I do love my job, and I want to continue doing what I need to do. I have 100% faith that God's going to provide. I have 100% faith that God is working in my life. And, you know, I have 100% faith that God has requested me to get on YouTube, share my journey of my singleness, because I have had so many of you women come out and say, thank you for your videos. You are helping me. And your journey has been a tough one. There's a lot of people at my church who have supported me, and I want to tell you some things that I've learned going through this journey. Number one, I've got to live out my dream. I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years, you guys. So when my husband kicked us out of the house and we were stranded with no money, no job, no nothing, I didn't have any credit. And I know I've seen the miracles in my life since my husband filed for divorce. I have seen the answered prayers. It may not be in the timing that I have asked. It's not something that I was expecting. It wasn't wanted, my divorce. And I loved my husband very much. I loved my home, my family very much. I don't know what else I could have done to show him how much I loved him. I have so many friends and people in my life who have stated that they know that I loved my husband. They saw how I was as a mother, how I was as a wife, how I took care of our home, how I gave gifts, how I have always sacrificed. And that's what love is. Love is a sacrifice. Love is not jealous, and it's not prideful. So you are going to do anything and everything you can to show that person that you love them when you love someone. And I've done the best I can. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. And I know that God is going to be with me no matter what happens in my future. I cannot work any harder. My body will not physically allow it at this time. I'm hoping after January I may be able to physically work more to be able to make it without the support of government help or friends help or my church help. And I just want to get to that point. If I have a heart attack or a stroke, I want YouTube and the rest of the world and my family and my friends to know that I love them. The things I have here on earth is just material. A lot of the things I have here in my apartment have been given to me. And I am so thankful for those who have loved and supported me and my children. And to my boys, I've done everything I can, and I'm sorry that I failed you. I'm sorry that I've married into family that has hurt you. I take on that guilt and that responsibility. I have never wanted my divorces. I had physical domestic violence towards me in my second marriage. And it was something that I never wanted. It was something that happened to me that has given me PTSD throughout my third marriage. And the court is the exact same as I went through with my second marriage. Using the court system to take away my motherly rights. I cannot fight this battle. I'm not going to. I'm not playing this game. God has told me to accept the things that I cannot change. And therefore, I surrender all to Jesus. And I want to let you all know that I am wanting to move forward in my life, whatever that looks like. And if I do go back to jail, I will just be sitting there praising God. I want to give God the glory in everything He does in my life from here on out. I am thankful for my marriage. I met my spouse at church, and things I've learned through my divorce is that you know who your true friends are. Family can come together and help you when you need it. I have learned that church is a family. I have learned that love is sacrificing for one another. I have learned that love will not hurt you. I have learned that love will not take you to court. Love would never abandon you. Love would never move on into new relationships when they have made vows to you. And love would stay committed. Love never leaves. Love is a relationship. You have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to talk. You have to be able to trust. And I think that that's why my last marriage failed. There was no trust. There was no communication. And it was broken. I have learned that you cannot be in a marriage by yourself. It takes two. And I have learned that God is the one who ordains marriages. He is the one who ordains family. And He's got a plan, you know. He's got a plan. And even though I may not know His plan, I'm willing to do whatever God tells me to do. So with that said, I got to go to work. I just want to share this journey with you guys. But my last will and testament is to love your family, love your children, and show God in your life in everything that you do, and be faithful. Be trustworthy. Don't be jealous. Don't ever leave those that you love. And be honest. You know, tell them how you feel. Time is short. We never know when our last words are going to be to those that we love. And we need to tell them how we feel about them. So I want to make this video telling my ex-husband that I loved him. Tell my children I love you. Tell my family that I love you guys. And I thank you guys for your love and your support. And I'm going to continue on sharing God's love and what He does for me in my life to you all here on YouTube. And I want to thank you guys so much for your love and support, because without you, I can't get through this life. And even though I'm taking some time to focus on me, I want to continue to share what God is doing. And this weekend, He really spoke to me in worship. We had an amazing worship service on Sunday, and I was just bawling my eyes out, you guys. I couldn't even sing. I was breaking down. But it's about that relationship with God. It's about that closeness with God, and having that in your life. And man, when it hits you, it's strong. That relationship can't be broken. And so, you know, that is the oneness that I have with God in my life right now. And I'm just so thankful and so very blessed in my life. Bye.